For more than 30 years, Louise Harris has owned Last Research and Editing, and for nearly 10 years, owned Christian Marketing Experts. She has helped numerous clients in writing, editing, and marketing manuscripts and content. In addition, she has published 4 novels, 1 book on addiction, a children's book, and ghostwrote 2 cookbooks and a thriller.
Hello, I'm Louise Harris from Last Research and Editing and Christian Marketing Experts. And this week on The Last Word, we're going to be talking about courage. So let's get started. First, it was a bad weekend for teams I support. Phillies lost, Eagles got stomped by the Giants, and the Terps lost also. Terps were winning with a minute left, and they let Nebraska score in the last minute. It was such a depressing weekend for my sports teams, but you move on. And we have 10 days to get our injuries fixed, our offense fixed, our defense fixed, because that actually was the issue, the defense. And then come back and be better than we were before. And that's also works for business owners too. When you have a setback, like a football loss or a baseball loss, you have to take a breath, reevaluate what went wrong, and then fix it and move forward. You can't wallow in what happened in the past. You have to just learn from it and then continue on. And then you'll be better business owners and you'll be able to succeed. But I did say that I was going to be talking about courage. So what am I talking about? Because usually when you hear the word courage, it's someone who is going through chemo or something. No, not in my case anyway. This weekend is Columbus weekend. And so I'm going to be talking about the courage that Christopher Columbus had to sail to parts that he did not know. And all the explorers that left Europe or left China and traveled somewhere all had to start with a courage to take on the unknown. They were sailing in ships on an ocean that was dangerous and uncharted. They were going only by the stars because they didn't have the GPS that we have today. They didn't have the other instruments that we have today. They didn't have the weather information that is fed to captains today on a regular basis. Now, they had to trust what they were seeing in the sky and what they were seeing in the horizon. They had to sail that ocean to get to the world that they had never been before. And I mentioned Columbus because that's the person that we named the holiday after, but I am aware that the Vikings came before Columbus and that Columbus only hit the Caribbean islands, that he never came north. But also there was explorers that went to the North Pole, that climbed Mount Everest for the first time, that went to around the South America and up the California coast. All of those explorers had to have courage and faith that they were going to make it, and some of them didn't make it. Some of the sailors got lost at sea. Some of the explorers that started out, they couldn't finish their journey, or they got stuck, or they got killed by tribes. There was a lot of reasons why they didn't make it. But they tried anyway. That is the key. So if you are a business owner and you know you need to try something new, you have to have the courage to do it. It might not work. You might get stuck. Something might happen that causes a collapse, but you have to have the courage to at least try, because nothing succeeds without someone actually trying. So go out there in the uncharted ocean, follow Columbus, and find something that is new for your small business. Thank you for watching. I appreciate all of you. If you are subscribed, that really does help. If you have not subscribed and you are watching, please consider subscribing. It makes me feel good and it helps my business grow. And if you would like to know more about me or my companies, go to Last Research and Editing, ChristianMarketingExperts.com, and Amazon.com/author/Louise Harris, and buy some books. Christmas season is coming and you're going to need to get those gifts. Thank you. Don't worry, be happy.